Tomazinho Cardozo. I am doubtful because we know all 190 village panchayats in Goa and 13 municipal councils and one corporation. I don't remember that in any of these places. I have to really, strain my memory to see whether I remember any occasion. I remember birthdays of Manohar Parrikar. I remember centenary of D.B. Bandodkar on Kampal football ground. So many occasions I remember. But in his own village, when he has retired from politics, active political life, when he is resting at home during the most challenging times of the pandemic, this village today is witnessing history. This village is paying a rich tribute to this personality who has handsomely contributed to what we have today here in this village. All types of assets that we have. And this has not come all of a sudden. There is a lot of, that effort which you can see in the book, how he had to struggle with so many factors when the village was getting developed and it did not have facility, right from water supply, power supply, roads, drainage, markets, bus shelter, then houses, then many types of conflicts and agitations, then petty politics, so many things. Because you know that even today we have not realized the real dream of decentralized Panchayati Raj under 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments. I am happy to tell you that I had occasion to work with Honorable Tomazinho Cardozo for 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments to be implemented in Goa. The Council for Social Justice and Peace had created a forum when the agitation on the regional plan was going on under Goa Bachao Abhiyan. Around that time, we said that micro level planning should be left to the Gram Sabhas, Nagar Sabhas. And even today, Goa is one of the few states in India which has not devolved the necessary powers under the Constitution of India, Article 243, to Jilla Parishads and village panchayats and municipal councils. I had a lot of arguments on this, right from leader of opposition Kashinath Jalmi to Manohar Parrikar and BJP leaders also. I told them in BJP ruled states, you have devolved lots of powers. The best example is Madhya Pradesh, best example is Karnataka, best example is Rajasthan, and finest example is Narendra Modi's Gujarat, where you have given lots of powers to local authorities like panchayats, taluka panchayats and Jilla Panchayat. What is the issue in Goa? Just now I was discussing with Luisin Bab and again Tomazinho Bab. We realize it. Everyone in Goa today aspires to be chief minister. I have no problem if Michael Bab, on basis of his merit and experience and his connectivity to the people, aspires to be a chief minister because he thinks that having spent so much time in the assembly, he thinks himself as a competent, and the party will decide in future whether he is competent and whether he should be given a chance. But it is important today that everybody is not like Michael Lobo, who is come from very difficult times, hard times, just like Tomazinho Bab. We all know his story of life. I have read about it. And my good friend Vishnu Bab also told me that how, he relates to the story of Michael Lobo's life. And this is the reality of Goa today. Because the book tells you something which will not be easily digestible to well-settled classes and well-settled communities. The way in Bardes Taluka a Christian family struggled. Tomazinho Bab loses within 1 month his father, then his mother. You see that the year when he wrote a letter to his mother in Konkani and got it translated from the priest in Portuguese and won the first prize. That year, 1958, is year of my birth, when he was dedicating a letter to his mother. And one of the most important influence in his life is his mother, his sister, his mother's sister. and entire family. So it was not like he was born with a silver or golden spoon in mouth. He had to struggle all the way, and on basis of this struggle, you can see now how he carved his life, he architectured his life, he developed a vision for his institution, for his village, for the entire state and the country. Because I have seen some of his theatre, like the National Unity, this one, what is that? My India, you had written, I forgot about it, Irene Bhai. Ami Soge, a very fine presentation of national unity and integration. And having come from a hard-working Roman Catholic family in culturally and naturally rich Bardesh Taluka, his entire life is like an epic, I would say, epic. Those who read the book will realize it, that he has reserved lots of experiences, lots of knowledge, lots of information he has held back. He could have written a lot about the politicians in his life, many other influences in his life, but whatever is narrated to Walter and maybe earlier Joel D'Souza and all, that has been condensed, because you can't go on writing a book which exceed 500 or 1000 pages. But I am sure that he has many more experiences to tell. Now, what keynote I will give? The key of Goa's future is available in his life. That is the real key. What is the key? What is the key to Goa's future, sustainable future? Do we have a future? If we think that we have a future, a sustainable future, a peaceful future, a prosperous future, then we have to look into the past and try to identify all those positive elements which will help us to build such a future, an optimistic future. I was discussing with Irene Bhai, who has been a teacher, an actor, an artist. She has seen one of the most creative facet of Tomazinho Bab's life. I appealed her. I said, I am just sending a brainwave to you. She said, what is that brainwave? So I said, it is not necessary that only you read about what has been written about Tomazinho Bab or his life and work. We also have right to see from your side how you have experienced him. So I requested her to write her experiences of spending these rich years. 1979 they got married, so 42 years I believe. So very soon we'll get opportunity of your golden jubilee. It's not very far that way, and that would be a grand occasion also. But I feel that another perspective from a woman's angle, a feminist angle, from her angle, would richly contribute, because we can read Bill Clinton's biography and other biographies. But when we read Hillary Clinton's biography or memoirs, we get a totally different perspective, and that is the culture, that is the creativity, that is the productivity in Western civilizations, Western countries. A very balanced way of looking at active life. We also need this balance in Goa for future. All these books which are getting published, and whatever Luisin Bab has also told you just now, I also reminded that he got one book produced on him when he was chief minister, and after that he did not write anything, and he has seen a lot in politics. In fact, Hargulan Bab Dorado, advocate,